Risk is a rhythm. Patience, a sound. I breathe between the bars of now and next. I'm trading futures, sharing time, fading lines through liquid signs, every loss and every climb, all dissolve inside the screens glow like city lights, heartbeat caught in the candles rise, ticks drift through the static haze, future whispers in dead waves, charts breathe, pulse of cold, echoes where the numbers float, every tick a breath I chase, lost inside this market space. I'm trading futures, trading time, lines of rhythm, dollar signs, in the silence I align, between the noise and the micro beats and macro dreams, golden silicon, endless streams, patterns form then fade away, prophets ghost won't ever stay. My pulse synced with the candle's flame, fear and calm they sound the same. One more tick, another try, balance on the reason why. Risk is a rhythm. Patience, a sound. I breathe between the bars of now and next. I'm trading futures, sharing time, fading lines through liquid signs, every loss and every climb, all dissolve inside the mind. ever stay. My pulse synced with the candle's flame. Fear and calm, they sound the same. One more tick, another try. Balance on the reason why. Risk is a rhythm. Patience, a sound. I breathe between the bars of now and next. I'm trading futures, sharing time. Fading lines through liquid signs. Every loss and every climb. All dissolve inside the mind. Screens glow like city lights, heartbeat caught in the candles rise. Ticks drift through the static haze, future whispers in dead waves. Charts breathe, pulse of cold, echoes where the numbers float. Every tick a breath I chase, lost inside this market space. I'm trading futures, trading time. Lines of rhythm, dollar signs. In the silence I align between the noise and the divine. Micro beats and macro dreams, golden silicon, endless streams. Patterns form then fade away. Prophets ghost won't ever stop.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Robot mode, no feelings when I trade.
Yo, yo, yo! What is up? What is up? What is up? We're here, baby! It's the Neon Show! Let's get it! Let's get it! Who's here? Who's here? Who's here? What is up? Let's get it! Good vibes to the lovers and the meanies. Trolls are welcome. What's up, chat? What's up, chat? What's up, chat? Oh, this is good. It's game time, baby. It's game time. We are live. Troll, troll, troll. Rockets. That's definitely Matt. What is up, fam? Countdown to the close. Let's go. 1:34 Eastern. Fam. Where's everyone here from? Where's everyone at? Where is everyone at? Oh, let's get it. It's party time. Yeah, LA, SoCal, Arizona, Tennessee, Boston, Orlando, Florida, New Hampshire. What is up, fam? What is up, fam? Mars, Nork, India. India, one of my cousins are out there. Distant cousin from India. Yo. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. What is up, fam? Good to be here. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. Matt said you guys gotta troll me to break it in. All right. North Korea? I don't know about all that. North Korea, I don't know about all that. Chat. We're here, baby. We're here. Nash Vegas. I don't know what Nash Vegas is. Good vibes to the lovers and the meanies. Good to be here. Guys, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Neon Show. It's countdown to the close. It is countdown to the close. All right, let's get it started. Anyone, throw out a random question. Who's got a question for me? Thank you for having me. Thank you for coming over from the other channel if you were over there. Max said go talk smack. Yeah, he would. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Let me just, my brother's here. Let me just grab him for a second. All right, 1 second. Let me grab him. All right, so in case you didn't know, Matt actually hired 2 streamers, all right? He hired one from America and he hired one from England. So at any given time, you might get a different character. Might depend on market dynamics, might depend on what's going on, might depend on if we've got any Brits in chat. All I'm saying, mate, is that we do have 2 streamers and I do have an Indian cousin who might make an appearance once a week. It kind of just depends how the P&O's rolling. Sometimes you've got to bring in the Indian, get a little precision in there. You know what I mean? Get those precision sniper entries, maybe some ICT concepts in there if we really want to drive the account down to 0. Let me get my brother back. All right, hold on. All right, he's back. He's back. What's going on? What is going on? Story behind the accent, actually. So, I used to live in England, and I was a child when I moved. I was like 9 or 10 when we moved to America, and in school, I got tired of having the same conversation over and over again about my accent. So one day I just rocked up with a American accent. Like I'm good at changing the voice like that. I just rolled in with an American accent, trolled everyone, and I just rocked with it for the rest of school. And that's the story behind the dual accent. So I kind of have just a switch in my brain. I can switch back to my old British accent. So I roll daily with the American accent, but you know, the British accent's in there. Both accents are dominant. If I'm around my family, most of my family still has a British accent, so I kind of chop it up. Yeah, my hair does go Super Saiyan for sure. Don't catch me in the humidity, it's a little reckless. Yeah, you guys will have to vote or something every day, maybe once a week or something. Which personality you want out? Vision power. So where am I based? So I like to say I kind of live in the cloud because I like to move around a little bit, but I've been pretty well stationed in Vegas for a few years now. And then every summer I'll go away for a month. I'll go somewhere, but I'll still trade every time I'm away in the summer for a month. I still trade. I still work. Not bilingual, not bilingual. Good vibes to the lovers and the meanies. All lovers out there right now. I love it. Positive vibes in chat. Positive vibes. I do not know rips. I know of rips. We actually, when the market's liquid, we have a similar trading style. When the market's illiquid like it is right now, I tend to trade with larger stops. When the market is liquid, I'm more of a scalper. So similar to rips when the market's liquid. Hit the like button. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Hit the like buttons. I can't do the British. The British accent only comes out. The hat's got to come off. The glasses got to change. It's a whole character change. Oh, Fibonacci, dude. That song is hype, man. That song is hype. That's a good hype song. I love it. I had to pick it out. I had to pick it out. Yeah, British people don't wear hats. All right, guys, it is good to be here. It is good to be here. Let's just real quick, let's just sideline for and let's talk about the market for a second. So my thoughts on this market. I just want to touch on my thoughts on this market before we get back to the shenanigans. So the market, and Matt's saying the same thing and I'm saying the same thing, it's very illiquid right now. One of the things on our Friday stream when me, Darb, and Matt were all on, I was talking about liquidity, and yes, I will address the monkey in the room about neon seeds. So I was talking about liquidity, and a few people were asking, how do I determine where it's liquid, where it's not liquid? And if you look on the screen, I have volume velocity and price velocity. So these are two things that are very important to me. And in a liquid market, and I have a screenshot which I'll bring up in a second, which will show January 13th versus February 13th. And you'll be able to instantly see the difference in liquidity between those 2 days based on volume velocity and price velocity. But the short version, in a liquid market, when volume velocity slows down, right, when the rate that volume is passing through the market slows down, the price velocity will also slow down. So the speed at which price will cover a certain distance will slow down as volume slows down, right? So more volume, more price velocity. Less volume, less price velocity. In an illiquid market, and this is how I visually see it, which I'll show you in a second. In an illiquid market, usually you'll see price velocity oftentimes will stay fast as volume velocity slows down. So this indicator on the left-hand side of the screen, the lower it is, the faster the speed, right? So it's the amount of seconds it takes for, in volume velocity's example, it's the amount of seconds it takes for 2,000 contracts to go through. And for price velocity, it's the amount of seconds it takes for 5 points in price distance to be covered. Now, right now, you could see that they're disconnected, right? You could see that volume velocity is above this 30-second line and price velocity is below it. Now, I'm going to bring up a screenshot just to show you a visual difference in what a liquid market versus an illiquid market looks like on this. So right now I brought it up. So the top is January 13th and the bottom is February 13th. So first, look at January 13th. If you could see these arrows on the left, that is, as volume velocity goes to yellow, it's volume slowing down. And you could see corresponding on the right side, price velocity. As volume velocity is slowing down, so is price velocity, right? So the two are connected. February 13th, you could see volume velocity crossed into the yellow, so volume velocity slowed down. Price velocity didn't slow down, right? So the two are disconnected. So it's a real-time indicator of kind of the mechanics of what's going on with liquidity. And I look at it very frequently, and it gives me an instant indication of what's going on with price velocity versus volume velocity. So that is that indicator. I use it all the time. And like I said, when the two disconnect from each other, you can devise instantly that price velocity is high, but volume velocity is not slowing, not locked into it. So the two, the two are disconnected. So you'll also see, let me scroll all the way back here. You'll see, let's go to the open. I'm going to scroll back to the open here. So I'm scrolling back in time. And what you'll see is at the open, you can see the price velocity is extremely high, right? It's taking 2 to 3 seconds a second for the market to cover 5 points in price distance in NASDAQ. And once liquidity returns to the market, it's kind of interesting to see that this price velocity will cross and slow down somewhere between 10:30 and 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, but it's an instant indication of, oh, the market is now slowing down, right? So it's a real-time indicator of what's going on mechanically in the market. So it's really helpful to use that. Both of my resiliences are, oh, good point. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll adjust that. Well, I'll adjust that in a minute. I was just working on the layout, so that got mixed up. Let me fix that in a second. For now, I'll just remove it. Indicators. Let me see. Or I'll add it in a minute. All right. So yeah. So that's an overview of velocity, and yeah, like I said, something I use frequently to determine what's going on mechanically in the market. And then the seeds in the top right hand corner of the screen. So this is my own algorithm that I use, and I use this alongside Rocket Scooter. So since I discovered Rocket Scooter, the levels I use are much more heavily weighted towards Rocket Scooter, but because I've been using my own algo since I started writing it in 2018, and I haven't made a change to it since 2022. So I mean, it's complete, and it's something that I use every day in my trading. But the Rocket Scooter levels are so powerful, and they really frame the day a lot better than my own algo. But because I'm so used to using it, and also since we don't have the Rocket Scooter levels on Ninja yet, right? This is what I always have up. So there's two components to it. First is the seeds. Okay, so these white and black boxes, they represent aggressive buys and aggressive sells, right? So the white boxes are aggressive buys, the black boxes are aggressive sells. So it's very similar if you've ever seen order bubbles. A lot of traders, order flow traders, they trade with order bubbles. But the difference here is those order bubbles have a shortcoming in that they're drawn on the chart typically based on a threshold for order size, right? So maybe you have a bubble that will appear if an order comes through that's 30 contracts, and then as the size of that order gets larger, that bubble gets bigger. But one of the things that misses is a lot of traders, whether it's institutions or it's individual traders, I myself do this, is they use algorithms to slice up orders. So a trader might be trying to get into a trade with 50 contracts, but it comes through as separate orders, right? But you still want to capture that aggressive buy or that aggressive sell. So this will take those aggregate orders and it'll group them together. So I'll still have it appear on the chart. So that's what the seeds are. And the reason I call it seeds is because when the market is liquid, I'll usually structure my entry around it, right? I'll look for an aggressive buy or an aggressive sell to kind of structure my entry around. So that's what the seeds are. And then the shaded regions, the gray regions are stable zones, and the shaded regions are decision blocks. So using using price velocity and volume velocity relationship in the back end. I monitor those, and algorithmically it comes up with these decision zones. They don't draw in real time. They just get drawn at the end of the session. So whatever's there at the beginning of the session, that's what I'll use. But I heavily weight my levels towards rocket scooter, and my favorite trades are when a decision block and a rocket scooter level line up. Those are really the most powerful. So those are the two main things I use in addition to rocket scooter to frame my trades. And see here, the last thing you will see, and I'll just bring it up now, is my trade executor. So this is something I use to quickly execute my trades. So I've named it Lock and Load. So essentially it's a trading panel that I built for NinjaTrader. And let's move if you take a look in the top right at the seeds chart. So right now, right, there's no entry pending or anything. But if I click this down arrow, this will allow me to place the stop somewhere on the chart. And if you see stop distance, that stop distance is the distance between current price and that red line. So it will automatically size the trade when I get into it. And the other thing you'll sometimes hear is if I'm going to execute a trade when price crosses a certain value, you'll hear enter on cross engage. So for example, right now, that yellow line, I'm in long mode. So if I hit arm, you'll hear it.
Enter on cross engaged.
Right, so enter on cross engage. What that means is that if price crosses that yellow line, I'm going to disable it now. But if price crosses that yellow line, it will get me into the trade. So that's a trade executor that I built. Chat. So that's the overview of my layout. Let me just reset my executor here. That's the overview of my layout. Who's got a question? Who's got a question, chat? And I called it, the reason I called it Lock and Load is because it's pretty much like, it was either that or Vulcan, like that high speed machine gun, because the entire purpose of it is so that I can execute very quickly. For props, I won't be using the time slicing portion of it, but there is a time slicing portion of it where because in a live account, I like to get in preferably in one button click, but if I'm trading with large size, I want to slice up that order so I can get less slippage. All right, chat. Who's got a question? I am slightly nerdy. I'm slightly nerdy. Okay. Oh, okay. Dr. Q's got a question. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot to address that part. So I personally don't love seeing constant changing candle colors, right? Red, green, because ultimately the individual candle doesn't really mean anything. So it's just a smoothing algorithm that I created. All it does is it just smooths out the color of the price chart a little bit, because what happens in an individual candle to me is not really very important. So I'm rather just see, generally the market's going up, generally the market's going down. That's really all I'm concerned with. So the green is up, the blue is down. So it's just a smoothing algorithm. They're Heikin-Ashi candles and it's a tick chart. But ultimately the colors are just a smoothing algorithm just to make price a little smoother. All right, who else has got a question? Clover Trades. Jake from State Farm's here. Oh God, Jake from State Farm. What is up? At overnight hedge pressure here. Let's see. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna. Don't think I'm eyeing an entry just yet. Not here. You could tell it's more liquid up here. Yeah, you could tell it's more liquid up here because as like right now in this instant, volume velocity went up, so did price velocity, which makes sense, right? Monthly hedge pressure, it's a highly liquid spot. So it makes total sense that as you come up to monthly hedge pressure, there's gonna all of a sudden be a reconnection between volume velocity and price velocity, right? Because liquidity is increased up here. And I will say, like, on days where liquidity is low, periods of low liquidity, I'm a lot less active, right? Because it's a lot more difficult to manage risk when you have low liquidity. You get more, like live account speaking, you get a lot more slippage on your entry and on your exit if you're entering with market orders. Sometimes I'll exit with limit orders, so it's more just on the entry where I'll be susceptible to the slippage. But yeah, when the market's less liquid, you know, the managing risk is a lot more difficult, and the action's a lot more random. I mean, the market's random as it is. Gamma Boy trades, no, everything is written in C#. Everything's written in C#. As poor as multi-threading is in NinjaTrader C#, it's still better. I still prefer it because it's, you know, it's a real programming language. So you can write some pretty sophisticated stuff in there. Red Candles in the house. What's up, Red Candles? What was everyone's bias today? Were you guys long? Were you guys short? I really only had one trade today, and it was long. It was long down here at DD band. That was really the only. I mean, it was really liquid down there. It was a little sketch. But overall a decent trade. Haven't traded the funded take profit trader account since last Thursday because the conditions are not ideal right now. You know, one of the things about trading, which is probably, I'd say, especially for newer traders, the most difficult thing is you want to trade, right? You want to participate, but there's times to push it, and then there's times to ease off the gas. And when liquidity is low, I mean, it's the time to ease off the gas. It's more difficult to manage risk. It's more difficult to get in with position size without having slippage, right? So part of being a trader is knowing when to stomp on that gas pedal and really push it, and when to really ease off and you know, kind of manage risk, be a little bit more risk off. So I'm taking this time to dive headfirst into prop trading. I'm excited for it. One of the things, and actually, chat, I have a question for all you guys. Do you all take more of a YOLO approach to your evals? Do you and your funded accounts, you YOLO them more? Do you trade them more like a real account with a real amount of drawdown? The reason I ask is because, like, on these, let's say a 50K account, let's say the drawdown's $2,000. I mean, I can't really, like, just programmatically, the way I think, I'm like, okay, I can't imagine taking more than $200 of risk on a trade. A tenth of that drawdown, 10% of that drawdown on a trade. I mean, imagine if your maximum drawdown that you're willing to take on a live account, if you take 10% of it on a real trade, that would be insane amounts of risk. Trying to build good habits. Okay. YOLO prop accounts, personal account, yeah, personal account, you gotta be cautious. 2 to 4 contract max and 4,500 drawdown for me. Okay, so what about in your, okay, so it sounds like the consensus is you guys YOLO the evals. What about your funded accounts? Because I guess there could also be that strategy where you say, okay, I'm in these funded accounts, but let's say you have 5 funded accounts. You kind of treat them as bullets where you'll try to put on a big trade and get a big win, or again, trade it like a live drawdown, like a live account where you got to manage that drawdown. Funded slowdown. Okay, we got some smart traders in here, so not seeing a lot of YOLOs for the funded stage. That's good. See, when I almost feel like it's they're a cheat code for learning, because when I started trading, when I started trading, they didn't even have micros, right? So like I would trade 1 mini on NASDAQ or 1 mini on oil, and you know, it's like 10 micros. I mean, the risk was so much higher. So I feel like props and micros are almost like a little bit of a cheat code for learning how to trade. I remember, I think it was like 2019 or 2020. I forget what year the micros came out. But yeah, I remember when the micros came out, it was kind of a big deal, and it brought a lot more traders to futures, because when you had to trade a mini and you were learning, it was, you know, it's difficult to manage risk, because the risk on 1 mini can be high. Yeah, I almost feel like traders now, you got access to YouTube, you got access to micros, you got access to props. It's like a cheat code for learning how to trade, and you can kind of get a feel for having some risk on without actually, actually having that full risk. How long have I been trading? So I've been trading since I started trading in 2014, and I've been full-time since basically December 2017. I went full-time, and 2018 was my first full-time year. But I started learning and trading in 2014. And I guess you say 2018 when I went full-time. Gamma Boy. No, so I don't sell any of my, like my executor or nothing. I don't sell. I mean, obviously if there's a lot of demand for it, I guess I could figure out a way how to do that. But no, I don't. These are just tools I built over the years that I use for my execution, and that I use for my, to help frame my entries. The main thing with the executor, the thing that took the longest time with the executor is the time slicing portion of it. Time slicing is just being able to split up an order across basically microseconds, but you get a better fill when you're trading with a real account. Like if you're trying to put on, a decent sized position in a single click, if you just send it to the market as one large order, it'll get treated a lot differently than if you slice it up. Positive vibes in chat. I love that. Positive vibes in chat. I'm loving it. We will be doing a giveaway soon. I will be using, I don't know if Matt's out there. I don't know if he can run bot tricks. I cannot run bot tricks, but I have an alternate that we can use. Crayfish asking, the hardest part of training is the market avoidance. What's mine? So my market avoidance is when the market is illiquid. Like, full disclosure, if we weren't streaming, I would be very hesitant to have taken any trades today, because when the market's illiquid, you run into two things. Number one, when the market's illiquid and you're trying to get in and out of positions, you have more slippage, right? If you're trading one or two, if you're trading micros or small size, it's less of an issue, but you should approach the trade as if, okay, what if I was trading 30 or 40 contracts? Would I be trading right now? What would I be susceptible to? Because you want to trade the market where those participants are also active, because it's going to be more liquid. You're going to get less slippage, and you're going to kind of set up your habits for when you are trading with larger size. And you'll build your habits for success early on in your career. So that is the approach that I take, is when the market's less liquid, I ease off the gas. I start exercising market avoidance, mainly because I get a lot of slippage on my orders, but also because the market's it's more erratic. You get that whippy action. A lot of times when I'm trading, as you guys watch me, you'll hear me say, oh, like it seems hollow here. What I mean by hollow is that the market is moving, but there's no one there, right? The market is whipping around, but there's no volume behind that participation. Because if you see the market go up without looking at the mechanics of that move, like you don't know if that move happened because there's no liquidity there. It's kind of a weird thing. The market might fly up because there's no one there, right? There's a lack of participation that allows it to move quickly across the distance, or it might move up because there's heavy participation and it's almost like the market's just moving in fast motion. It's making a big move, but it's making it with participation, and that's where the velocity indicator comes in. TK, I'm a full-time trader. This is the only thing I do. I'm a full-time trader since 2018. Kind of just churning here around the hedge pressure. Makes sense. We've been illiquid all day. All of a sudden, market makers brought themselves to a liquid spot. They like it here. They can collect their VIG without having to participate. Upper DD. $25.036, but I think that might be the wrong calculation today. I think the number was a little off because of the half day. Anyone in any trades? You guys in any trades? Or you guys also just kind of sitting patiently waiting for a level? I was tempted to take a trade here at MHP, but it's kind of just churning here. It's really just churning. D, how long have I been using Rocket Scooter? I've been using Rocket Scooter since last summer. I started using it. So the story about how I found Rocket Scooter is actually kind of interesting. So as I said earlier, like when I started trading, there was no micros. Futures was a lot more kind of a niche thing. It wasn't really something that people casually traded, especially because there was no micros. It wasn't really something that people casually traded. So, I've just been for years just kind of chugging along, doing my thing, trading, and not really researching anything trading related. And then a buddy of mine said that he was trading futures, and I was kind of, he's not a trader, more of like just a casual, maybe gambler, if you will. And he said, yeah, I follow these streamers on YouTube. I trade futures. And I kind of started looking into it. And that's how I found the Rocket Scooter channel. And I was really intrigued by the platform. The reason I was so intrigued by the platform is because the way I think about the market, everything is framed around liquidity. And so the concept of liquidity maps just totally speaks to me, because they're totally focused on the liquidity of the market, right? Ultimately, liquidity is the entire framework of the way that the market moves, right? So I was really drawn to Rocket Scooter, and I took a couple of months where I just got the regular monthly subscription. I tried the levels alongside my own algo that I trade with, and I was blown away by the responsiveness of the levels and the ability for the platform to really provide a framework for the day that there's no other platform that can really do that, right? Everything's thought of, whether it's, the opening drive and half gap and resilience, or it's longer term levels, monthly hedge pressure and weekly hedge pressure, and then, kind of those intermediary levels, the bull zone, bear zones. So the entire concept of the platform really spoke to me, and the levels are so powerful. And it was, just a great platform. So I started using it. Started using it in the summer, and after 2 months, then I got the lifetime, because I knew, like, there's no reason, it would be foolish to approach the day without the platform, because it provides such a good framework for the session. Wish we had a little bit more actionable opportunity here. Would love to, it's like I'm, if it was just me, I wouldn't be kind of itching to put on a trade. I'm very good at sitting out when the conditions are not ideal. But it's like the excitement of stream. I'm like, I want to put on a trade. I want to do it. But, at the same time, I want to stay true to the way that I trade. So, yeah. Sums 4. That's a really good question. What was my biggest hurdle to overcome becoming profitable? This is an easy one for me to answer. This is a really easy one for me to answer. So I'm a very matter-of-fact person. So when I started learning about the market, the most difficult thing for me was that, like, if you're a brain surgeon, if you have a 65-70% accuracy in brain surgery, that's horrendous, right? Let's just assume 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. But if you have that in trading, you're doing great. So wrapping my head around getting comfortable with being wrong a lot of the time, you take 10 trades, you're wrong on maybe 3 of them, maybe 4 of them. That was very difficult for me, right? Just that kind of the sheer concept of mastery as being right 70% of the time. So it was very difficult for me to wrap my head around that. And also just learning the personalities of days, especially when you're starting to learn to trade, you want to trade. Like right now, even just a minute ago, like we're on stream, like I want to trade, I want to put on a trade, but authentically, you don't want to trade when conditions are not right, when there's not a real opportunity. Traders get destroyed trying to trade when they shouldn't be trading. And then when conditions are ideal, they have nothing left, right? There's so many stories of traders like that. So I think, knowing when to ease off is also something that was very difficult to learn. Because you want to trade, I'm pretty good at picking out a level that I'm interested in, setting an alert there and waiting, waiting for that level to get tagged and then seeing what the action is at that level. I'm good at that. I would say like I wouldn't suffer from over trading. I might suffer from under trading in but when the conditions are not ideal, that's not a bad thing. But when things are good, you gotta also be there to put your foot on the gas and really stomp on it, right? Because at least for me, a lot of my like big consecutive win streaks and big wins, they come from just being patient, waiting for that ideal time and then striking. All right, let's do a giveaway. I want to do a giveaway. I'm going to need to use a different platform to do the giveaway because I don't have access to the bot tricks. So let me just get this thing situated here. Giveaway time, giveaway time, giveaway time. I'm going to use, I have a comment extractor, so we're going to be able to do it. Don't worry, we're going to be able to do it. Let me see what kind of account we have available here. Going to do Elite Trader Funding Fast Track. Hit the like button. Elite Trader Funding Fast Track. We're going to do it. Free Neon. I'm free. I'm free, baby. I'm free. All right. Elite Trader Funding. All right. So let me get this thing started here. 1 second. So ETF. Don't type it yet. Don't type it yet. If you type it early, it's not going to pick it up. It's not going to pick it up. DGen's getting it started. All right. Let me clear it. Let me clear it here. Let me clear it. Let me clear it. All right. ETF. All right. Type in ETF in chat. It's giveaway time. It's giveaway time. This is an epic moment right now, guys. It's the first giveaway of the Neon Show ever. If you're not here, like, what are you doing? How could you possibly miss the first giveaway? Come on. Let's get it. Let's get it. The first giveaway. Countdown to the close. The market's stuck in sludge right now. I'll be showing it on screen. Don't worry. I'll be showing it on screen. Just waiting for it to pick everything up. It's going to be 90 seconds. You got 90 seconds, 80 seconds. And then I will show it on, I'll show the picker on screen. Get in your entries. It's giveaway time. It's exciting. We got positive vibes in chat. I love it. This is fun. You know what I could go for right now, guys? You know what I could go for? Just to kind of make things a little exciting. I could go for a Trump tweet right about now. Yo, Trump, get on your phone, man. Tweet something. Come on. Give me something to work with. Move this market, man. The morning session had a lot of movement. It was still illiquid. It had a lot of movement, but I could go. Can any of you guys go for a Trump tweet right about now? I could go for it. I wouldn't mind it. Trump. All right. I'm going to hit it in 5 seconds. Here we go. Let me bring it up. All right. Giveaway. Pick winner. Here we go. Alistair Parker. Type something in chat. Alistair Parker. Type something in chat. You got a minute. You're a winner. No, Alistair Parker won. Waiting. I don't know if this platform has that thing where I can identify if you type, so I'm just looking manually. Alistair Parker. Yeah, Farina, if you can keep an eye out, see if he types in chat as well. Alistair. Oh, the futures desk is the giveaway. Okay, not ETF. Okay. The futures desk. All right. I'm running it again. Hold on. Let me reset it. Not here. All right. Let's rerun it. Type TFD in chat. You got 90 seconds. Type TFD in chat. Game time, baby. Game time. Waiting on a Trump tweet. Come on. Come on, Trump. Giddy up. Type it in. We are filtering for duplicates, so no need to type it twice. No need to type it twice. An hour and 39 minutes to the close. An hour and 39 minutes. All right, 15 seconds. We're going to run it. TFD. Positive vibes in chat. I love it. You guys are the best. Honestly, the best. The best chat. You guys are the best. All right, here we go. It's game time. All right, if you weren't here a minute ago, you still get to be here for the first giveaway. You just bring this up here. Pick a winner. Come on. Let me reset this. Pick a new winner. There we go. Gotta restart it. All right, let me redo this. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Redoing it. All right, there we go. Little growing pains here. That's all right. Okay. Filter, TFD. All right, I'm capturing. So we got 60 seconds. We're doing it again. I'm learning. I think once we get bot trick set up, it'll be the same as the platform we usually use. All right, 25 seconds. Still stuck in the same range. Kind of feels like we want to go up and tag. If I had to place a bet from here, I'd be saying we go up and tag 24,900. Maybe a little squeezage. A little squeeze action. All right, here we go. Here we go. Pick a winner. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Harshit, goal 22. Type something in chat. Type something in chat. You're the first winner. Hopefully you claim. Oh, there he is. He's here. We got ourselves our first winner. They have spoken. This is a major moment, guys. We just did our first giveaway. This is, for me, this is giveaway bonanza. The first giveaway. I mean, that's a bonanza. I don't really know what bonanza means, but I feel like it's a bonanza probably. I think maybe bonanza has to be a cluster of giveaways, but, you know. We're calling that a bonanza. Guys, it's a bonanza. We gave away one account, but it's a bonanza. The winner was here. The winner was here. We got it. We gave away our first account. I'm hyped. Let's get it. Let's get it. I love it. Chat. History has been made. Farina is right. History has been made. Chat. First of all, chat, thank you for having me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here for Countdown to the Close. This is a Neon show. It's the first show ever. There's an hour and 34 minutes to the close. We're waiting for a Trump tweet. We're waiting for something to move this market. Can I just say I'm honored? No, he was here. Clover, he was here. We got a comment back. Can I just say I'm honored that you all are here right now? This is great. Let me just let me write down this winner's name. Make sure they get their prize. All right. TFD, congratulations, winner. Yeah, he typed. He typed. He or she, or, you know, or whatever. All right, so this is great. This is great. All right, so we're kind of just stuck around this. Let me close this out now. Kind of just stuck around this liquid zone up here, right around MHP. Guys, I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you something, right? I want to be completely honest. I'm having flashbacks right now to like 2015, 2016, you know, I don't know how long everyone's been trading, but like, if you remember back to your first couple of years of trading, those are the years where you're super susceptible to over trading. It's like you want to trade. You just want to put on a position, right? I'm having flashbacks to that right now, you know? I mean, I know there's no opportunity, but at the same time, I'm just like, man, I want to put on a trade. It feels like 2015 right now. You know, I got that itch I'm like, come on, man. Come on, you want to do it. Oh man. It's like, you know, I'm gonna have to battle it. I know. It's like, I'm gonna be on stream and I'm just gonna be like, I want to put on a trade. Even when I'm at my sit out rules, I'm like, let's do it. You know what I think maybe we'll do? I think maybe what we'll do is I gotta like maybe have like a cluster of accounts. Like we'll call them like the overtrader accounts or something. I think that's what I got to do. So we can kind of monitor the overtraders anonymous accounts. So when there's nothing really going on, we'll break out those accounts. I think that's what's going to be good. When there's nothing really going on, maybe we can break out the overtraders anonymous accounts and, you know, and do it that way. That way I can kind of scratch that stream itch. Because I'm on stream, I'm like, all right, let's get a trade on. Let's get a trade on, you know? Yeah. 2015 is in the house. The chemicals in the brain are like, put one on, put one on. Go on, do it. Oh, this is great. I'm going to trade my sit-out rules. I mean, primarily, my primary sit-out rule is, well, I mean, obviously right now we're kind of just at a, like, we're sitting in sludge right now. But primarily it's when the overall market is illiquid. I'll be very selective about trades. Like when there's a lack of liquidity, you're susceptible to slippage, and you're susceptible to, you think the market's random when it's liquid, multiply that even more when it's illiquid. It's even more random. Like it's like it's like randomly random. It's worse. It's a lot more difficult to manage risk when the market's illiquid. Yeah, I have my ES resilience. Let me add that. Let's see. Indicators. Where's indicators? There we go. We got you. We got you. All right, there we go. S&P resilience added back. I was just messing with the layout this morning. I probably mixed up the resilience there. Yes. Farina, it does highlight. Yeah, it does highlight. System M, you're asking about the velocity. I did go over it, but just real quick, the velocity indicator in the bottom left is the speed at which, for volume velocity, it's the number of seconds it takes for 2,000 contracts to go through NASDAQ. And the price velocity is the number of seconds it takes for NASDAQ to cover 5 points in price distance. In a liquid environment, you would typically see them move in unison. So when price velocity slows down, so does, or when volume velocity slows down rather, so does price velocity. When the two are disconnected from each other, that is the recipe for whippy action. If volume slows down, but price keeps moving quickly, right? That's what I call hollow action. You've got movement of price, but there's no volume behind it. So it's just hollow. So that's that indicator. And okay, yeah, so there's two sounds that will come out of the velocity indicator. Okay, when you hear a beep, that is simply means it's crossing the 30-second threshold. And also you will just hear velocity, right? There's an announcement. It's a voice and it just says velocity. And when that is sounded, it means that the velocity is less than 3 seconds. So like, let's say right now Trump tweets and all of a sudden the market makes a huge quick move, you'll hear velocity. You'll hear it spoken word. The indicator will announce it. And it's just an indicator that says, oh, like, look at me. That's basically what that is. 2015, call my name. 2015, call my name. I want to put on a trade, but I know I shouldn't. Positive vibes in chat. Chat's the best. We got the best chat here. I love it. All right, we got 2 more giveaways for TFD. 2 more giveaways for TFD. All right, so we'll do, how about that? We'll do one now, and then we'll do one during Power Hour. We'll do one now, and we'll do one during Power Hour. Good vibes in chat. You guys are the best. All right, guys, so if you missed the first giveaway, it's time for a second. It's my version of Giveaway Bonanza. 3 accounts is Giveaway Bonanza for me. I'll take it. So let me reset our thing here. Let me reset it. All right. Type TFD in chat. Type TFD in chat. Oh, someone asked me if I have any other outfits. That's another interesting question. So, when I started trading, one of the things that I'm sure you guys can relate is you get you get decision fatigue. Too many decisions to make. And I had already gotten to the point where I pretty much wore a uniform. And yeah, when I started trading, I was like, you know what? I'm pretty much black and gray. So it's all black and gray. It's pretty much my outfit. I say the first decision I want to make in the morning is going to be the first position that I open. So I don't make any decisions before my first position, but I have to get dressed. So I don't really decide what to wear. It's kind of decided in my life. I think I probably have 20 of these. Got 10 of these black hats. 30 of these pairs of pants I'm wearing. I'm that guy. I'm on my 12th pair of the same sneaker. Adidas X9000. I forget the exact SKU, but yeah. All right, TFD in chat. TFD in chat. Got about another minute. TFD, TFD. You know what I've seen lately? I've seen everyone wears those cloud. It's like the cloud shoe. It's got it's like the springiness is on the outside of the shoe. I've seen a lot of people wearing those. Cloud form, yeah, cloud form. People love those things. Jake from State Farm, seeing what happens up at 24,930, 24,925, 24,930. My bias was to the long side from this level, but too close to a coin flip to take the trade, right? Too close to a coin flip for me to take that trade. All right, that is it. Time for the giveaway. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's another epic moment. Pick a winner. Here we go. Scroll up. Where's it at? Where's it at? Hold on. Where's our winner? Where's our winner? There's our winner. It's Wow 7698. Type a message in chat. Oh, okay. So wait, no one pointed this out. I didn't give the instructions for the first winner. So to both of you winners, you're gonna click a link in the description to go to our Discord, go to the contest channel, and send a message to our admin named Slacks. Send him a picture of your YouTube ID, and he will get you set up. Farina's also put the instructions there. Thank you for the assistance. But yes, you will message Slacks in the contest channel on our Discord. Send him a message of your YouTube ID, and he will get you hooked up. Love it, love it, love it. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. How many times has everyone won? How many times? How many times? I think I did it. I think I was asking last time. Most people said 3. We had a lot of 3-time winners. It's a party. Yeah, and this pullback's a good example of why I didn't really want to, you know, feeling like a coin flip up here. If I want to take coin flips, I'll if I want to take coin flips, I'll just go play roulette. You know, okay, so one thing while I'm on the topic of like the coin flips, right? So think about this. You go into the casino and you want to play roulette. And you got less than a 50% chance. You got less than a 50% chance of, like, if you bet on black, less than a 50% chance, slightly less than 50%. Imagine if there was a period in time. Imagine if you could just sit back and just wait. And then all of a sudden, Alfie Alpha, the dealer, comes to the roulette wheel. And all of a sudden, when you bet on black, you've got a 68% chance of winning. Wouldn't you just wait for Alfie the Alpha to show up? Yes. So that's basically, I mean, that's basically what we're doing here. We're waiting for Alfie. Waiting for Alfie to show up. Alfie, where you at? Alfie! Come on, Alfie. We're waiting for Alfie the dealer to show up. Right? We want to play some roulette. Come on, Alfie. Where you at? Alfie Alpha. Bring us our Alpha. Alfie the Alpha might come in the form of a Trump tweet to a nice level. Alfie Alpha, honestly, right now would look like some liquidity. We need a big liquidity event to wake this market up. Oh, it's Chinese New Year, yeah. Grinding, grinding, grinding. Nah, Matt's not playing Ark. Matt's probably here in the background. It's probably here in the background. Let me resize the charts here for you guys. I believe, I think we have, let me check. I think we might be at VIX expiration. Let me see. I think VIX contracts might be expiring today. Let me check. VIX expirations, 18th of February, yeah. So we're right at a VIX expiration. Hopefully. Hopefully that'll shake things up a bit. Countdown to the close. 1 hour and 16 minutes to the close. Let me ask you guys a question. Any of you degens enter right at market on close, like 3:50 and 2 seconds? You get that little spike of volume at market on close and you're like, yeah, this is it. I'm getting in. I'm doing it. Jeremy, yeah, I write my own code. So both everything I program, I had programmed in the day, a lot of stuff in in ThinkScript in Thinkorswim. The problem with ThinkScript and Thinkorswim is that it runs through the entire code base repeatedly. It's super inefficient code, whereas NinjaTrader just used good old C#, so it's a lot more efficient. Although NinjaTrader's still not like I have to restart at least once a day, but that's just because I think it has issues with multi-threading or lack thereof. Desmond, we got another coder in the house. Any of you guys taking a trade up here in this area? Oh, Keith Matthew trades MOC when he's in tilt mode. Yeah, it might be a liquidity grab. Who knows? So tempting just to put on a position, you know? We're on the stream. We want to do it. There's such a high probability that we just rotate around this spot. You know? There's such a high probability that we rotate around this spot. Like it feels like such a coin flip from here. But I am going to I'm gonna get some, we'll get some accounts and designate them like the quiet hours accounts when there's not really, you know, something we can just throw on when there's a coin flip opportunity, just so we have, you know, something going on, some position on. Scratch that stream itch. Yeah, evals with a disclaimer, yeah. Now, how many of you guys, how many of you all trade the overnight session? Because don't forget, Sir Darb will be on the evening session today. It's going live at 7 Eastern, so a little after the open. So win rate in a normal market, usually 70 to 75%. Win rate in this market, I mean, it could be as low as 55%, 55, 60%. What drives down win rate in this kind of market is really just you're subject to, I mean, it's much harder to manage risk. Let me see if I can pull up the, let me see, the stats for the, because in preparation for the stream, I started trading a take profit trader. So I have 2 take profit trader pro accounts. I've only started trading the 25K one, and the last trade taken on that one was on February 12th, because that's February 12th is I mean, right before CPI, the liquidity just took a massive dump. But let me see if I can pull up the stats for that. Let me see here. And like I said, I really just, because I'm so conditioned for like managing risk live account trading, you kind of, when the conditions are not good, you really are trained to kind of ease off the gas and wait, because you know when the conditions are right, you can just stomp on that pedal and really get, you know, put up your numbers. Let me see here. Screenshot. Let me take a screenshot of it here. because this is the account that I want to kind of grow on stream. I want to grow those take profit accounts on stream. Like I said, the 50K, it's funded. It's just I'm not trading it yet. I want to save that for when conditions are better. But let me I did start trading the 25K. Let me bring it up here. And in the mornings, obviously I'm trading my live account. I mean, I can't stop trading. Let me see here. But even that, you know, I'm trading very lightly in that right now. Okay, here we go. Let me just add this screenshot here. Where is that? Called screenshot. Hold on, I'm just trying to get it loaded up. There we go. There we go. Okay. I can't. All right, I got to figure out how to bring up a screenshot on the screen, but yeah, I'll figure that out for tomorrow. Just so I can just show where I want to show where the take profit trader account is at. And once conditions, I mean, maybe we'll get a nice, you know, nice liquid afternoon tomorrow, and maybe we can trade that account. But at least we want to show where it's at right now. And then that 50K account, we'll save that for when conditions are getting better. And then I'll trade some evals so we have more funded accounts ready to go there. I'm excited for the prop comparison site as well. That's going to be really good. So we can, you know, kind of decide together what are going to be the best prop accounts for different trading styles. I'm really, really excited to see that scoring system. Still got slowing price velocity with slowing volume velocity with price velocity staying pretty high. So still representing lack of liquidity, right? So still seeing a lack of liquidity. That's something that really won't. Like once you have an overall condition of lower liquidity, you'll get pockets of liquidity within the day, but think about you know, last year, October, November, less so in December, but those months where you'll see like the entire session is highly liquid, right? The entire session has sharp reactions at pivots, because lack of liquidity, it's going to cause undershoot, it's going to cause overshoot. So the overall takeaway is that it's more difficult to manage risk. You have to average in a lot more around levels, and you're susceptible to a lot more random, like random price whips around your entry. So just more difficult to manage risk. We will have one more giveaway in Power Hour. One more giveaway in Power Hour. What are you guys doing out there? What are you guys doing out there? You guys in any positions? YOLO in any evals? Site. I'm not sure when the site goes live. I know they're testing it. They're in the testing stages of the site right now. Yeah, they're in the testing stages. I know they got to hire people. It's like a whole, it's going to be a whole, like a whole program. They're going to have people who are managing specific partners, like really have people up to date on the specifics of each individual prop firm, what changes they're making, and also going to have like one thing we were talking about, and I think Matt went over a little bit earlier today, is there's going to be like kind of like a change report, you know, so we could say, okay, which prop firms changed something and what effect did it have on their score? Because a lot of the times, maybe they change something and they try to frame it as being better, but it's actually worse. So we'll be able to kind of see, we'll be able to kind of see what, you know, what impact the changes are making on their overall, what impact the changes are making on their overall score. And it sounds like the scores are going to be not fully independent, like they're going to be related to each other. So it'll make it difficult for, well, I think it'll make it pretty much impossible for the firms to game the system, because they'll have to, they'll have to operate knowing that their score is going to be directly correlated to what their competitors are doing, or what their competitors are doing. So. Man, what's been the range? Look, it's like the universe is like, all right, yeah, we're just going to keep you in a tight range. What's our range here? Let's see. When we start stream, right here, 175 points, yeah. Tight range. Just rotating around MHP. Today's risk interval, let's open it up here. Today's risk interval, 66.5 on ES and 253 on NASDAQ. Yeah. So the site where, I don't know if someone's asking what site we're talking about, or because the site we're talking about is going to be the prop firm scoring site. So it's going to be a site where you can see a mathematically derived score based on all the different parameters of a specific prop firm's challenge and funded stage. I don't know how it's going to separate the score that way, whether it's challenge and funded stage, or if each of them have a kind of a separate score that combines into one. But a score assigned to the prop firm's account, and it will allow you to enter in like your trading style, your win rate. So you like, because obviously some trading styles are more susceptible to trailing drawdown. If you're a scalper, you're going to be less susceptible to that. If you're, you know, not a scalper, so that's all going to change based on your trading style. But ultimately, it will give you a score. It'll help you identify which prop firm accounts are going to be best for your trading style. And as the firms change the rules or change their account parameters, that score will change. So you'll be able to see now and over time what's going on with the score for a particular account and what the changes to that account were, so you could see, okay, like what did they take away, what's driving the score to go down, or what did they do to make the score get better. So it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be really good, especially for me to pick out which are going to be the best prop accounts to, you know, to kind of use for this stream journey and to trade on stream. So that's going to be interesting. Stuck in sludge, stuck in sludge. It is officially power hour though. Power hour, power hour. And guys, don't forget, tonight, Sir Darb will be having his first live stream as well. So he's going to be going live, I believe 7 p.m. Eastern, so a little after the open. Yeah, so Sir Darb's going live today, so show him some love. Make sure you show up for that. It's going to be fun. All right, market's starting to wiggle around a little bit here. See what we got going. What'd you guys think of the opening song? That was from Fibonacci. Fibonacci created that. It was a recent release. A recent release. Keeping an eye on this, MHP area now. See if maybe we get stuck below it. Possible opportunity there. Still a little coin flippy here. Just like I said, got those 2015 vibes, just itching to put something on. It's the first day of stream. I'm like, come on, we got to. What's up, chat? What's your bias from here? Short, long? What are you guys thinking? Where's your guys' bias? To me, it's real coin flippy right here. Come on, give us a volatile power hour. Bring us some action. Come on. I got ups and downs, ups and downs. Well, honestly, with this slow grind up this afternoon, that's why I'm just not buying the I'm not buying the afternoon collapse. I'm just not. Seems like a pretty stable spot here. A lot of liquidity, relative liquidity. I mean, overall market liquidity is still low, but relative liquidity decent here around MHP. It's a liquid spot. Ron. So can I talk more about my daily routine and how I leverage the gamma levels data and how I predict or use volume profiles? So the only levels I use are, I use the rocket scooter levels alongside the levels that my seeds algo spits out, but a lot of times they'll line up. But I more heavily weight the rocket scooter levels. I'm really looking for them to line up with a level that I already have. And my routine is, so first of all, I don't go into the day with any bias, right? I let the chart do the talking. The thing that I'm more concerned about when I enter the day is what's the personality of this session going to be? And the personality of the session really ties directly to how liquid the market is at that time, right? Number one. But number two is, even in the same overall market environment, I'll refer to it as sludgy tape. Basically, it's the way that the market gets from point A to point B, right? And that's something I'll also monitor. So sometimes you'll get clean bursts of price, and that's opportunities where you can like really scalp the market. You can get short 20 to 30 point moves with very low risk. That's my ideal kind of session that I look for. But I'll see how the start of the session goes, first 15 minutes or so, and then I'll start kind of figuring out my plan for the day. In times where there's a clear trend to the overall market, I'm only trading in the direction of that trend, right? So if the overall market is clearly in an uptrend, I'm only looking for long positions. So deciding short or long is never something that I need to think about, right? But right now we're kind of in this, we're in this middle phase where liquidity is drying up here where we're at. So we're in a time where, you do need to, you might be trading on both sides of the market. So it just adds a different level of complexity to your overall, the overall plan of your day. I'll lean on the DD ratio, but another thing I'll look at is whether hedge pressure is above or below monthly hedge pressure, right? So those will give me indications on what my overall bias is for the day, but I try not to marry it, because in an environment like this, kind of the overall direction of the day is pretty random. It's really just the market navigating to where the liquidity lies. But when liquidity is low, you're subject to increased randomness. And then I don't look at volume profile, but one thing I have observed is that my levels, my decision blocks, and my stable zones, they are like they look to be pretty correlated to volume profile. But the difference really is that volume profile requires the market to spend time in an area to sort of build that profile, whereas if you're just looking at the liquidity using price velocity and volume velocity, I do it on a more micro scale for this algorithm to draw the zones. But if you look at that, sometimes the market will visit a liquid zone. It won't really stay there. It'll navigate away from it, but you could still use that visit to that zone to identify that it's liquid there and that you might revisit it, right? Because the market doesn't always touch a liquid zone and just stick there and stay there. Sometimes it will move away from it and revisit it, maybe the next day or maybe later in the session. So similar to volume profile, but just a different way of arriving at the zones. And then, to me, the best is rocket scooter, obviously, because it's the most forward-looking. It's forward-looking, right? It's taking into account the actual gamma exposure of the market makers to create those levels. And that's why, I rely heavily on those levels. All right, we got one more giveaway. Probably do that in about 20 minutes. We'll do it before market on close. Do it on before market on close. So one more giveaway. It's a giveaway bonanza. It's the neon giveaway bonanza. If you're just joining, don't forget we also have another streamer tonight. We have a Sir Darb, our other new streamer. He will be on stream tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. So join him for the Asian session. A little evening action. It's an exciting time. Just rotating up here at MHP. Rotation, rotation, rotation. Sir Darb in the house. Sir Darb in the house. What's up, Darb? So MHP is monthly hedge pressure. It's the maximum gamma exposure level of market maker options, and monthly hedge pressure is derived based on monthly options. We also have the cyan line. That's hedge pressure, and that's derived from weekly options. So it's a guaranteed level of, you'll always see a volume spike at those levels. So it's a high area of interest in the market. They're very powerful levels because there's guaranteed volume there, right? And volume and liquidity is what drives the market. Right? Mechanically, volume and liquidity is what drives the market. So they're extremely powerful levels. They're levels that are available in the Rocket Scooter platform. That's the platform I have on the left-hand side of the screen. So on the leftmost chart is NASDAQ Rocket Scooter. And then to the right of that, that's ES Rocket Scooter. Yeah, volume. Yeah, Desmond, volume is very important. I mean, volume's everything. Volume's everything. Guys, if you have any questions, put them in chat. Countdown to the close. 46 minutes to the close. What's my favorite Indian dish? Oh, man. Well, my favorite Indian dish to cook is probably korma. My favorite Indian dish to cook is probably korma, chicken korma. And I love cooking that because it's got desiccated coconut. It's got coconut, and it smells really good when you're cooking it. And my favorite to just outright eat is probably just tandoori chicken or tandoori meats. They're just fantastic. Like, just get that, there's that specific flavor to them. And yeah, so tandoori meats, my favorite to eat. My favorite to cook is korma. I make a lot of bread and pizza, and then a lot of Indian and Middle Eastern food, and then also I'll make Italian food. I like to make fresh pasta. Where I go in the summers is usually Italy, so I'm a big fan of the pasta. Yeah, pizza all-time fave. Roman style pizza is my favorite pizza to eat. It's like thin, crunchy, light. It's really good. And then I love to make also Neapolitan style pizza. I spent a lot of time working on different recipes for different pizzas. Yeah, and you definitely can't make Italian pizza without farina. I use Italian flour. I buy it in 50-pound bags. I have to keep it in big containers in my garage because I use a blend of different flours, and the Italian flours, you can really only get, I mean, they sell them in like tiny bags, but then you just go through so many of them, and then they sell them in 50-pound bags for restaurants. So I'll just order the 50-pound bags, and you just store them in a good sealed container. But yeah, it's like a little restaurant flour holding cell in one corner of the garage. Is this a knockoff, Matt? Great value, Matt. Yeah, here we are. Great value, Matt. What's up? He's here. Thanks, I appreciate it. Good, I tell you, good vibes in chat. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Wait, Adam, why are you scared of hearing pizza? Why are you scared of hearing pizza? Nico from Greece in the house. Boosted Dime. Boosted Dime. That's a good name. Boosted Dime. Probably drives an S10 or something cool like that. Pizzagate. Pizza, pastas, paninis. All right, guys, we'll do the giveaway. We'll do another giveaway in 12 minutes. We'll do another giveaway in 12 minutes. Giveaway bonanza. Bash is live. First day's been good. First day's been good. Positive vibes in chat. Market's kind of stuck in the sludge here, so that's the only downside, but that's all right. You know, that's kind of par for the course. That's just trading for you. Info doctor. I will say ideal hydration kind of depends on how crispy you want the pizza, right? I mean, if you want it really crispy, you got to go lower in hydration, but if you want it really puffy, you got to go higher in hydration. The one thing I would say about that though is that there's different things you can do with dough so that you can make it almost feel like it's got more hydration, but it doesn't. Like, you can make it more stretchy, and it's something called a pre-ferment. You can use sourdough as well, but a pre-ferment, I use something called a biga. It's like you pre-ferment the flour before you finish the recipe. So I'll pre-ferment all of the flour with 50% of the water and do that for 24 hours. And then when you actually make the pizza, when you make the final dough, it'll be more extensible. The word's extensible. So it's able to stretch more. Yeah, biga's the best. I at least want to get something going for our stream, so I'm gonna take a I'm just gonna take a small long here, just for the bet that we close above MHP. Place our stop. Let's see. Use a 40-point stop.
Execution.
Bring that up on the chart here. All right, we will do a giveaway in 9 minutes. Giveaway in 9 minutes. Nine minutes. All right. Countdown to the close. Countdown to the close. 36 minutes to the close. Oh, wait. Oh, the trade's not on. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Is it not? Sorry, let me try to get it up here. There we go. All right, cool. Now it should show up. I'm like, dude, we gotta put something on for the first stream. Gotta put something on. Smash that like button. It's the first stream. Countdown to the close. Yeah, Canyon, I'm more saying I think we might get one more rotation above it before. Maybe not close, but release a rotation above it. Seemed like a lot of participation up there. There's one more giveaway. One more giveaway. One more giveaway. All right, 4 minutes to giveaway. 4 minutes. We are still doing, let me see. I believe it's still TFD accounts. Yeah. Neon. Oh, okay, $200 credit. Not bad, not bad, not bad. All right, guys, type TFD in chat. It's giveaway time. Reese. TFD, TFD, TFD. $20 minutes to mock. Market on close. Mock. And guys, don't forget, if you just joined, we have Sir Darb on tonight. It's his first stream as well. Tonight at 7 Eastern. Be on the Asian session with you guys. Got to be there for that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. It's about that time. Let me share this here. Who's ready for giveaway? See here. Pick winner. The Prophet Guru X. The Prophet Guru X. You are the winner. Yeah, he's here, he's here, he's here. All right. The Prophet Guru X. Let me see here. All right.
Execution.
Totally chopped. Totally chopped. All right, out of that. At least we got, at least we popped our stream cherry there. I had to get something on the stream. The Prophet Guru X, Harshit. I missed the second one. I'll get that one. Close this here. All right, 18 minutes to market on close. Gabe, that's a good question, Gabe. I'd rather take the L. I'd rather take the L. It's an exciting day. I didn't want to not put something on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, I'm a trader, you lose trades. I mean, that's the business. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, not Gabe. I'd rather take it. I'm excited. I'm excited to trade. I said I was getting 2015 vibes. I was getting the itch to just put something on. Just, it's stream time, baby. It's stream time. I gotta get we're gonna have another song submission competition as well, I hear, so that's gonna be good. I gotta build a playlist of all the good songs in Discord. Gonna build a good playlist. I got my hype song. Yeah, it's a credit, so you can kind of build. It sounds like you can build your own. You could build your own account profile, like what I think you can kind of select the parameters you want. And you can kind of build your own account for them. So it's a credit. It's like a credit card for them. All right, lack of liquidity continues. Price velocity a lot higher than buying velocity, so still pretty hollow action here. VIX expiration, so hopefully VIX rollover will bring us some different market dynamics, different conditions. "25 minutes to the close." Yeah, Gabe, good point. Gabe saying Nvidia earnings. Yeah, Nvidia earnings will bring a little bit of life to the market, but don't know if it'll be sustained life. It might be a day or two of life. I don't know if it'll be sustained life. Bitcoin's back down at that 67,000 level. I mean, you got rotation out of Bitcoin. People are going risk off, you know? Market's at such an indecision point right now, too. I think gold was having a pullback today, too. Yeah. Gold down 3.8% today. Everyone's going risk off. Liquidity dropping. Money coming out of Bitcoin. Gold dropping. Let's see what's going on with silver. Silver's down. Oh, silver's down 11% in 5 days. Nuts. Wave Chapel. No, I don't trade silver. I don't trade metals. I haven't traded metals in a long time. Probably last time I traded metals was maybe late 2023 probably. It was 2023 or 2024. I remember it was November. It was a swing trade. Every year I'll probably take 3 to 6 options trades on bigger picture stuff. Towards the beginning of the gold run, I had taken a long options trade. It was like right at the beginning of the run, but since then haven't traded it. And gold futures I haven't traded in, I mean, even longer than that. Yeah, I know gold and silver were really volatile. And I know that they were taking a lot of attention away from everything else. But so much rotation out of them now. I think that, like, historically those are more like safe haven assets. So I think a lot of, funds put money in them. It's you know, it's not risk off, but it's usually not as volatile as it's been in the last few months. So it's almost like you got years worth of movement in 1 year. So that's just going to create large amounts of rotation out of them, because you want to, you know, these fund managers likely want to, you know, get risk off. They want to take risk off, especially after riding that run. Half Gap Boy, is there? Yeah, there is a song. I gotta build a playlist with all the the good songs. When I set up my hype song, and I set up the hype song and set up just the lo-fi. I gotta build a nice playlist. There's so many good songs. I also want to try out that Suno. I want to try out Suno. I know Sir Darb, the evening host, he's like a master. So many of his songs are Matt plays them on his show. Sir Darb, I mean, I believe he's also an audio engineer, so he's got that thing dialed. I mean, some of his songs are so good. He was going over the process. There's a whole process. You got to come up with the lyrics. Using ChatGPT to come up with the initial lyrics, and then using ChatGPT to come up with the initial lyrics, and then kind of refining the lyrics, and then using Suno to marry the lyrics with the music. And then I'm not sure if there's a mastering, like in regular audio and music creation, there's like a mastering step where you have to, like, you'll apply different filters, compressors, and just to get the dynamics of the sound the way that you want it. I'm not sure if Suno does that for you, or if you have to do that as well to kind of put that final polish on a song. Oh, AI masters it for you? Okay, yeah. Because mastering a track in itself, it's its own art. You know, it's its own art. Like, two people can master the same track and they'll sound different. Slightly different. Nuances of it. I remember probably like 10 or 15 years ago, there was a whole cluster of like remasters that were coming out. So many like rock albums were getting remastered. They were like, you know, remastering all these different tracks. Cheesehead said Matt looks a little different. Yeah, substitute Matt. Yeah, I don't know if you can use Suno for the I don't know if you can use Suno for the lyric creation as well, or if it's just for the music. If it's just for the music portion. That I'm not sure. I'm gonna explore it though, because I want to use it for making some songs. People seem to love it. Oh my god, did you guys see there was one of the top streamed artists. I'm not sure if they're still top streamed. One of the top streamed artists was an AI artist, and I think not a lot of people knew that they were AI artists. And I don't know, people were pretty pissed when they found out. You kind of feel like, I don't know, you kind of feel a little stupid. It was like I guess it's an experiment in a way. An experiment like that I saw actually recently was there was this ramen restaurant, and they just had like the cheap 99-cent ramen, and they invited a bunch of influencers to this restaurant opening. Someone like built this restaurant on Yelp, and so they had 99-cent ramen noodle cups, and they set up this restaurant. They invited all these influencers to come and review it, and ultimately the influencers are all like pumping it and saying, like, they have videos of them asking influencers, you know, like, what did you think of it? And they're like complimenting the chef, and they're saying, oh yeah, how much would you pay for this? And they're like, oh, you know, maybe like $50, $60. And you know, they're throwing out all these random compliments, and ultimately the whole restaurant was just 99-cent ramen in a cup. So I mean, they had I guess there's the vibe, you know, part of a restaurant is the overall experience and the vibe. But I just thought it was hilarious that they had the ramen, the 99-cent ramen, and that was the entire basis of the restaurant. And yeah, I saw someone said they did it with shoes as well. Yeah, they did a similar thing with shoes, where they they opened up some like fancy shoe store, but it was Payless shoes, and all the shoes were from Payless. I mean, and the same thing happened. You know, the same thing happened. It's like confirmation bias. You know, these people, they say, oh, okay, these shoes are supposed to be expensive, so they just assume they're expensive, and then they say that they're great. Yeah, it was pretty funny. There's a bunch of experiments out there like that, but the two that I know about are the Payless one I saw and the ramen one I saw. Yeah. Three minutes to MOC. 3 minutes to MOC. Coin flip central out here. What was the size of this move here? 55 points. But undershoot. See, that's a problem with the environment like this. You got undershoot, overshoot. The levels are so, like, they're so rough. Surprised we didn't rotate around MHP one more time before coming back down. Yeah, Gabe, gotta love when liquidity's high, you get those tight pivots. Yeah, Sir Darb is on tonight. Sir Darb is on tonight. It's his first stream as well. So you gotta tune in for that. He's gonna be live tonight. Timu Matt. Timu Matt's from, well, live in Vegas. I live in Vegas. Sniper Scalps, I appreciate it. Good vibes in chat. Good vibes in chat. Thanks, guys. Great vibes. We got the best chat. I love it. Good vibes to the lovers and the meanies. Haters are welcome. Everyone's welcome. Chat. I'm loving the vibes. I'm loving the vibes. You guys are the best. Thank you for having me. It's been amazing. I love it. Best chat out there. Timu Matt in the house. Sir Darb gonna be on tonight. Darb coming on, I believe 7 o'clock, 7 Eastern. 7 Eastern. That's it, MOC. Mock. Mock, 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 mock. Look at this. Look at this sludge. Sludge at mock. Gone exactly nowhere. Sludge, sludge, sludge. The definition of lack of participation. Who's coming to the stream tonight? Sir Darb will be in the house. It's gonna be good vibes tonight too. I'm excited. It's gonna be good. I'll be there. I know I'll be there. I can't wait. I know the music is going to be lit. Sir Darb, the music magician. I gotta get a Suno lesson from Darb. So it's already scheduled. So if you just go to the channel, it's already scheduled. So you can hit the notify me button and it'll notify you. But yeah, it's already scheduled. So it's already set up on our channel. So join early. And yeah, I'll be there. I can't wait. I can't wait. Gotta be there. And yeah. 7 p.m. Eastern. 7 p.m. Eastern is the stream. The one and only Sir Darb. 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, and if you've just joined, so tonight we also have a stream. If you're just joining or if you missed it, tonight Sir Darb is having his first stream as well. Sir Darb's having his first stream. It's already set up. It's already scheduled. So be there. It's at 7 Eastern. If you need to get notified, you can click on the thumbnail. It's already set up. It's already a scheduled stream, so you can hit notify me. And Darb's going to be there navigating the evening session. Super excited for that. And yeah, music's going to be lit. Vibe's going to be lit. Brad's chill. He's good. He's good vibes. He's good vibes for sure. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for having me. I mean, it was a blast. I love it. Good vibes in chat. I wish there was more action. You know, I wish I could have, you know, wish there was more action in the market today. But listen, this is the business of trading. You know, there's not always going to be everything going on. But, you know, such is trading. That's the business. I did take one trade circa 2015. Got that itchy finger. I was like, I gotta press the button for the first stream. I can't not press the button for the first stream. Win, lose, up, down, who cares? Press the button. Gotta do it. Good vibes, good vibes. Rack's talking about a Suno course. I'll be in for that. Corp Trades, take care. See you tonight. See you tonight on Darb stream. Farina, responsible trading does mean sitting out when necessary. But you know what? For the first stream, I had to just mash. I had to put on something. I had to, even though I had my sit out rule. I was like, you know, you got to go circa 2015. You got to press that button even when you shouldn't. You got to do it. But for days like today, we'll designate some degen accounts. So, you know, just to keep it interesting, it'll be fun. Oh, Rocket Scooter AI in the house. Rocket Scooter AI in the house. Yeah, Matt's... Wait, guys. Let's give it up for Matt. His first time ever as a spectator. Got to just lamp up. Chill. Matt was lamped up, hanging out in his own chat. Just, you know... Good vibes in chat. Good vibes in chat, though. I mean, the best. I had a blast, guys. Such good vibes. And don't forget, everyone is welcome. Lovers, meanies, trolls. We want all of you guys. I want you all here. I got a quick nickname, Timu Matt. That's good. Not bad. W's for Neon. I appreciate it. Good vibes. Good vibes. Yeah, guys. 2 things. Don't forget to hit the like button on the stream, and don't forget tonight. Good vibes for Sir Darb. 7 p.m. Eastern. New evening stream. I can't wait for the evening stream. I can't wait. Can't wait. It's gonna be dinner time for me. Even though I live on the West Coast, I live on East Coast time. All of my clocks, even when I travel internationally, I keep them on market time. So it's gonna be. I'm gonna be eating my dinner. I'm gonna be on that stream. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. Wild Deuces, where you been? Sir Darb's on at 7. Sir Darb's on at 7. Yeah. The music man himself. He's gonna be there. Sir Darb. Sir Darb gonna be there. So if you're interested in tonight's stream. Oh, wow. Wild Deuces trolled me straight up. My first trolling experience. Wild Deuces says, who's on at 7? I do a whole spiel about who's on at 7. He knew who was on at 7. Anyways, if you don't know who's on at 7, it's Sir Darb. It's on at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you need a reminder, it's already set up and scheduled. Just hit notify me in YouTube and they'll notify you. Yeah, the trolls got me there. My first experience. But you know what? I did say all trolls welcome. Good vibes to the lovers, the meanies. The meanies includes the trolls. All trolls are welcome in the stream. Yeah. Blink twice if I'm in danger. Yeah. What if I need to blink twice? I blinked twice, but I covered my eyes, so just so you know, I'm safe. I'm constantly gonna have to do this. When I cover my face, you guys will know, oh, Neon's, he's safe, but he needs to blink twice. All right, guys, it is almost 4 p.m. It's almost the end of the session. Sir Darb will be on tonight, the music man himself. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not sure where that is as far as Greenwich Mean Time goes. Bottle of water. Bottle of water. All right, bottle of water. Why is Farina asking me to say bottle of water? You know what's crazy? Like when I look at home videos and stuff, like that's what I sounded like. I mean, it's just, you know, it's there. It's there. But bottle of water. Y'all scouser. Oh, good vibes, good vibes. Guys, thank you so much for an amazing first day. It was the first day of school. It was the first day of school. I'm gonna go and talk about all the friends I made. It was a blast. Good vibes. I had my first trolling experience. That was fun. I appreciated it. Yeah, it was a good time. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to be here tonight for Sir Darb's first stream. It's gonna be lit. All right, guys, I'm out. Peace.
Screens glow like city lights, heartbeat caught in the candles rise. Ticks drift through the static haze, future whispers in dead waves. Charts breathe, pulse of cold, echoes where the numbers float. Every tick a breath I chase, lost inside this market space. I'm trading futures, trading time. Lines of rhythm, dollar signs. In the silence I align, between the noise and the divine. Micro beats and macro dreams, golden silicon, endless streams. Patterns form then fade away. Prophets ghost won't ever stay. My pulse synced with the candle's flame. Fear and calm, they sound the same. One more tick, another try. Balance on the reason why. Risk is a rhythm. Patience, a sound. I breathe between the bars of now and next. I'm trading futures, sharing time. Fading lines through liquid signs. Every loss and every climb, all dissolve inside the mind. never stay. My pulse synced with the candle's flame. Fear and calm, they sound the same. One more tick, another try. Balance on the reason why. Risk is a rhythm. Patience, a sound. I breathe